Hi everyone, it's week 10 of Sisters in Shape Adventures in Competing. I'm still behind because I can't seem to find time to process these vlogs. I have so much to say and not enough time to say it in. So this week we're talking nutrition. So even though it's week 10, I'm actually just about 10 days out from the competition. You can probably see I'm getting a little leaner through my arms. I'm still wearing workout clothes at 9 o'clock at night, and my life is basically revolving around this competition. It hasn't been. I've been pretty good at keeping a good life balance throughout most of this competition prep, but when you're this close, it does kind of come down to the wire and everything gets dialed in. And that's what I wanted to talk about this week, is how you're dialing in your nutrition when you come into this show, and the different kind of levers that you can pull. Everyone kind of talks about what you can do to change your exercise, and diet kind of seems flat. It's you eat less, and that's your options. Like, oh, you're not losing weight, well, eat less. But there's lots of different levers that you can pull with your nutrition, and I've talked about some of them before with doing carb manipulation and calorie manipulation in order to keep your metabolism guessing and working at a higher rate. But when you're coming this close to the competition, especially if, like me, you weren't quite as lean as you were hoping for, I have a really hard time losing fat. My body really likes to hold on to any weight, muscle included, which is really nice because I gain muscle really easily for a girl. But that's the only time you'll ever hear me say for a girl. But it's true. Obviously, men have an easier time gaining muscle, but for a girl, I gain muscle pretty easily. But unfortunately, that comes with retaining fat and gaining fat relatively easily as well. So I have to really be careful with my diet, and I've had to drop my calories a little lower than I was anticipating, but I'm still keeping them a lot higher than a lot of people do. My calories at 9 days out are typically falling around 14 to 1500. I had about 1500 today because I was really hungry, and I had a lovely steak. So 14 to 1500 is really not that bad. But what's hard this close to the competition is you're also trying to go really hard in the gym. And it's not heavy lifting, it's high intensity lifting. And it's also a lot of cardio. So I'm not doing steady state cardio anymore. I'm doing high intensity interval training again because I'm finally better. I'm no longer sick, yay. So I can do the high intensity intervals again. It's not so hard on my body. And I'm doing 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, ideally twice a day, but usually once a day, and then I do a weightlifting session with active rest if I can't get in a second cardio session. And that's only been going on for about a week just to try to lean me out coming into the competition. But when you're eating 14 to 1500 calories a day, while that's plenty for a sedentary person, it's not a lot when you're going that hard in the gym. And it can really affect the tempo of your workouts, and it can affect how you feel about your workouts. You're in the gym, you're putting in the time, but some of the time it doesn't feel like you're able to give it 100%, because by the end of that set, even though you've got to do your active rest, you just don't have the energy. Your body's done, and it's been pushed to its limits for 12 weeks, and now you're not feeding it enough and still pushing it even harder than you were. So some of the kind of levers that you can play with that I was talking about are doing these refeed days. So this is the carb cycling aspect coming into it. I had a high carb day on Monday, which was Canadian Thanksgiving, and my workouts the next day and even today were a lot better because of it. But now those carbs have kind of left my system. It's been long enough and I've worked out hard enough. I probably don't really have any carbs left in my system, and I'm noticing my energy is slowly on the decline. And that's what happens when you don't have enough calories and don't have enough carbs. So you'll notice those kinds of ebbs and flows, and that's natural, but you just have to be cognizant of it. So not only is this going to affect your workouts, but dieting down and getting this lean, especially the leanness aspect, it's not just that you're not getting enough calories, but it's that your body doesn't like being this lean. Some people have a different set point. My body fat set point seems to be a little higher than most. My body's very comfortable at, 18 to 20% is where it likes to hang out. Some people can go down to 15% and live very happily at that level, and then diet down to 12% for competitions, no problem. But when my body gets too lean, and what happens to a lot of women, is that you start to notice your mood change, your energy drops, and your body really tries to retain that last little bit of fat because it's protective, and your body likes having that there. We're meant to have fat on our bodies. It's good for reproductive health, and we're supposed to have boobs, and there's fat around our internal organs that men don't have. So it just depends on your anatomy how that's going to affect you. And as you diet, your body will also play mind games, because you're getting this lean and you're not getting enough calories and you're killing it in the gym. Your body is going to start sending panic signals. This is not good. We're working out too hard. You're not feeding us enough. What are you doing? So you're going to start to get cravings. And this is what happens without fail. The last 2 weeks of a competition are the hardest. And I've heard it time and time again, and I've experienced it twice now, this time and last time, where 10 days out from the competition, and you're giving it your all, you're so excited, and you would expect that because you're so close, you can see that light at the end of the tunnel. It's got to be super easy. You can stick to anything for 10 days. But it's the exact opposite, because you're in such a depleted state. It's not deprived, because I still eat a lot of the foods that I want to eat. I don't feel necessarily emotionally deprived of food, but my body is very depleted of resources. So your brain starts saying, hey, I really want something sweet. You got to give me something sweet. Come on, let's go. And this is where you can kind of play within your macros. And this is what's really nice about the If It Fits Your Macros approach, is that you don't have to just eat tilapia and broccoli, because nobody wants to do that. I'll shoot myself. But things like, Quest protein bars, or making faux cheesecake with cottage cheese blended with protein powder and some chia seeds. Like anything that kind of is a little sweet can help take the edge off and can make you feel a little bit more satisfied with your diet. And especially if you're on the go, Quest bars are really good. Though some of their flavors, I think it depends on the batch. I've had a flavor one time where it's amazing, and then a flavor another time is terrible. So I don't really know what the deal is with that. But it can definitely help with managing your cravings. And so nutrition this close to the competition can be really difficult to stick to, because you've got so many things going on with your body, and your body is just sending out signals all the time that's saying this is not okay and we need more. But it's for such a short period of time that you can kind of get through it, and then you reverse diet out, and you build your carbs back up, and you build your calories back up, and ideally you actually increase your calories to more than what they were before, so that you can diet down easier the next time, because you've essentially built up your metabolism to that level. And ideally you do that without gaining too much weight. And if you want to know more about that, check out Layne Norton, because he talks so much about metabolic adaptation and metabolic recovery. And it's his principles that I'm going to be following after the competition in order to try to bring my metabolic rate up, so that next time around I don't have to drop my calories so low and do so much cardio in order to get this lean for the competition. So I hope that was informative for you guys. I know that I'm a little bit scattered right now because my nutrition is so crazy. So my brain's a little bit all over the place. So if it didn't make sense, I apologize. But I'll see you in 10 days on the stage, and I'll let you know how things go. But so this is me carb depleted. Still looking pretty full. My shoulders are nice and round, so I'm excited to see what I look like on stage. So in the meantime, eat clean, train dirty, think nerdy. Bye guys.